ربي زدني علما.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Are you ready, Yusuf?
Yes.
Okay. Today we are going to continue with the story of Prophet Musa, and I want you to imagine today is Yawmuz Zina. You remember what Yawmuz Zina is, Yusuf? It is the day of celebration, a special day which Prophet Musa chose for people to gather. So now I want you to imagine that everybody is gathering. It is the public, as in people coming from their houses, kids, older people, younger people. Everybody is gathering at a place around noontime, a time of Duha. And it is not just people, but it is Prophet Musa and Haroon, Firaun, and all the people in his palace, all those people who are his chieftains and his ministers. And along with them are the opponents of Prophet Musa and Haroon. And who are they, Yusuf?
The fake sorcerers.
Yeah, the magicians, right?
Or the magicians.
Yeah, the magicians, the sorcerers. So the difference between them and Prophet Musa and Haroon is that Allah gave Prophet Musa a miracle. And on the other hand, we have the magicians, the sorcerers. They have magic and tricks. Imagine that everybody is there, everybody is ready to watch the show, and everybody is ready to see what is going to happen. Before all of this starts, there is a small conversation between Firaun and Prophet Musa, and Prophet Musa wants him for the last time. And then in today's lesson, we will discuss what was the reaction of the magicians and how the event took place. So بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, we are going to start from ayah number 60. فتولى فرعون فجمع كيده ثم أتى. So he gathered all the plot, meaning Firaun, he gathered all the plot and he returned. قال لهم موسى. So Musa said to them, ويلكم لا تفتروا على الله كذبا. That Prophet Musa in this ayah, he warned them that do not tell a lie against Allah, because whoever does so, what is going to happen to him? He should destroy you completely by a punishment. And surely whoever invents a lie against Allah will fail miserably. So he did warn them. Listening to this warning of Prophet Musa, the people there, they had a conversation. And what conversation they had? فَتَنَازَعُوا أَمْرَهُمْ. They started to disagree, debate amongst each other. وَأَسَرُّوا النَّجْوَى. And this debate wasn't loud. Everybody wasn't able to hear this conversation and this disagreement. Rather, this was kept like a secret council. And after having that council, what did they came up with the conclusion? They said that these two meaning which two, Yusuf?
Haroon and Musa.
Yes, these two.
Salam.
Yes, these two are hadani lasahirani. These two are magicians. And what do they want? They want to take us out of our land. They want to just take over our land. Other thing that they said was, they want to remove your exemplary lifestyle. They want to take over that. So this is their target. This is their purpose. And of course, were they right in their assumption or were they wrong?
Wrong.
Yeah. What is the purpose of Prophet Musa and Haroon? Why are they there?
Prophet Musa was sent for three things. To tell people about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to change Firaun's mind, and to save the Muslim slaves of that time, the Bani Israel.
Yes. So next what happens is فَأَجْمِعُوا كَيْدَكُمْ ثُمَّ أْتُوا صَفًّا. Now this is very interesting. So Yusuf, when you start sport or when you're ready to do something, you get a pep talk, right? You know what a pep talk is?
Yeah, like a small talk.
Yeah, a small talk to motivate the other person. Maybe you start playing a game. Maybe you start learning something, and your coach is giving you a pep talk just to make sure that you get motivated and you really want to go for it, right? So now Firaun is going to give a pep talk. What does he say? فَأَجْمِعُوا كَيْدَكُمْ ثُمَّ أْتُوا صَفًّا. So the pep talk is that all of you plot together and be united. You are going to be together and be united, and you're going to do this, and you've got this. Right? So he's giving a pep talk. وَقَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْيَوْمَ مَنِ اسْتَعْلَى. And whoever is going to impress the people today, who's going to be on the top, you got it. You've got this. You can do this. You stay together, and all the planning that you did, all the tricks that you have, be united, and you've got this. After listening to this, what conversation happens between the magicians and Prophet Musa is in ayah number 65, that they say to Prophet Musa that should we be the first ones to throw, or are you going to take the first turn? So قَالَ بَلْ أَلْقُوا. Prophet Musa said that you all throw. فإذا حبالهم وعصيهم يخيل إليه من سحرهم أنها تسعى. So what did he see there? That as the magicians, they took the first turn, they threw their ropes, they had their ropes, and they had their own staffs as well. So as they threw those, it would appear to the people who were looking, and especially here Prophet Musa, as he saw that magic, he could see as if that they were, those ropes and those staffs, they were as if they were running. So what was his thing? His thing was that he thought that he would throw his staff and it is going to turn into snake. And now he sees this magic that the ropes and the staff, they're already like moving, and it looks like snakes, right? The moving thing. فَأَوْجَسَ فِي نَفْسِهِ خِيفَةً مُوسَى. Now Prophet Musa, he's kind of scared. Now what magic is going to fascinate others? How are they going to see his miracle? Because this is the same thing, right? If somebody does something awesome for the first time, it's unique. You see, oh wow, this is so awesome. The second person is doing it, the reaction is not like too exciting, right? He kind of hides his fear inside him. قُلْنَا لَا تَخَفْ. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we said to him, La takhaf, do not fear. Innaka antal ala. You have an upper hand. Meaning what you have is like really awesome. It would be nothing as compared to what they did. وَأَلْقِ مَا فِي يَمِينِكَ تَلْقَفْ مَا صَنَعُوا. This is what happened with when he got his turn. And you throw with what you have in your right hand, تَلْقَفْ مَا صَنَعُوا. It is going to swallow whatever they have manufactured, whatever magic they have put forward, which is, what was that, Yusuf? What was the trick that they did?
Delusions.
Yeah. So whatever delusion that they have put forward, whatever magic they have put forward, your staff, which is going to turn into a big python, is going to swallow all of that. That surely that whatever magic that the magicians have manufactured, whatever tricks that they are putting forward, they are not going to be successful no matter what tricks they bring. Because there was a difference. What Prophet Musa had was a miracle from Allah. And what the magicians had, it was just tricks and magic, right? Delusion. فَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سُجَّدًا. This is epic, what happens. Now, I want you to imagine again, everybody is watching, right? There's this show going on. Everybody's watching. People around are watching. Firaun is watching. His council is watching. The magicians are there. They got a pep talk. They're ready and they're going to go for it. They're united and they're going to just, yes, today we are the ones who are going to rule. We are the ones who are going to win. And all this is happening when Prophet Musa throws his staff. It's like a huge python. It eats up everything. So nothing is left there, right?
Yeah.
So now looking at that, the magicians realize that this is not magic. This is something out of this world. This is a miracle. As soon as they realized, what did they do? They said, قَالُوا آمَنَّا بِرَبِّ هَارُونَ وَمُوسَى. They said, we believe in the Rabb of Haroon and Musa. So they instantly recognized and they said that we believe in the Rabb of Haroon and Musa. قَالَ آمَنْتُ لَهُ قَبْلَ أَنْ آذَنَ لَكُمْ. Think about what would be the reaction of Firaun. Now what Firaun does is that he says that, how can you do that? without asking my permission? How can you go ahead and accept and say that you follow the Rabb of Haroon and Musa? إِنَّهُ لَكَبِيرُكُمُ الَّذِي عَلَّمَكُمُ السِّحْرَ. He says that, oh, I guess he is your chieftain. Musa and Haroon, they are the ones who taught you this. You guys planned it together. فَلَا قَطِّعَنَّ أَيْدِيَكُمْ وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ مِنْ خِلَافٍ. He suggested a punishment, that this is what he's going to do. He said that I am going to chop off your hand and your feet from the opposite side. Meaning, I'm going to chop off your right hand, and with that, left feet would be chopped off. And if somebody's left hand is chopped off, their right feet is going to be chopped off. And not just this, وَلَا أُصَلِّبَنَّكُمْ فِي جُذُوعِ النَّخْلِ. And that for sure, most definitely, I am going to crucify you guys. I'm going to crucify you on the date trees. I'm going to nail you guys with chopped off hand and feet. And this is for sure going to happen. So he's kind of making them feel really scared. And probably he must be thinking that they're going to give up. وَلَا تَعْلَمُنَّ أَيُّنَا أَشَدُّ عَذَابًا وَأَبْقَى. And after saying all that, at the end he says that soon you people surely are going to find out that whose punishment is more severe and whose punishment is more long lasting. And now look at what they say. قالوا لن نؤثرك على ما جاءنا من البينات. We prefer you not over what have come to us of clear signs. We are not going to prefer you over clear sign. They recognize that it wasn't magic. It was a clear sign. It was a miracle. And to him, as in to him who created us, so decree whatever you desire to do. You do whatever you want to do with us, for you can only decree regarding this life of the world. You can punish us in this world. You cannot do anything to us in hereafter. You go ahead and do whatever you want to. They recognized Allah and the miracle. Surely we have believed in the Rabb, that he may forgive our faults, and the magic to which you pushed us to do, you compelled us to do, you made us to do. We are hoping that Allah is going to forgive our faults, and Allah is better as regards to reward in comparison to your reward, and more lasting. So this is the reply of the magicians, that they instantly realized their mistake, that they were on fault, something that they recognized was the truth, so they turned back. So I want you to think about it. Sometimes we may end up doing something wrong, but as soon as we realize, we turn to Allah and we try to do something which is the right thing to do. Maybe there were two friends are sitting and they are talking, and they backbite about the third friend. Okay? So when they start backbiting about the third friend, one of them instantly realizes, oh no, we just took his name. This is backbiting. I shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be doing this. So according to this story, we learn that we stop at that very moment. We stop and we do what is right. And in case of backbiting, the right thing to do is to make dua for that person in their absence, and also mentioning something good about them in this with the same people where one ends up backbiting. Similarly, we may be watching something, and something that we are watching, it may be inappropriate. As we are watching, that's okay. Shaitan gives us that whispers, that's okay. It's just one thing. That's okay. Go ahead. Oh, this looks interesting. No, it's just a few seconds. That's okay. But as soon as we realize, we ask forgiveness of Allah, because we hope that Allah is going to forgive us, and we do what is the right thing to do. Right?
Yes.
Okay. And they say, whoever comes to their Rabb as a criminal, then surely for him is hell, wherein he will neither die nor he lives. But whoever comes to him with him as a believer and has done some good righteous deeds, for such are high ranks. For them is جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ذلك جزاء من تزكى. That the garden of Eden, under which the river flows underneath it, and they are going to live there forever and ever. And this is the reward for the one who purifies themselves. Yusuf, can you think of an example that maybe somebody does something wrong? What wrong could that be? And when they realize what they do, can you think of an example?
Sometimes when you get mad at somebody and start saying rude things, you should stop getting mad and apologize and ask Allah for forgiveness.
Okay. There is one more thing that we learned from this story, Yusuf, and I want you to think about it. It is so interesting that the magicians, they gave a long talk, an Islamic lecture to Firaun and everybody around. That means that they already knew about all these things. That Allah is going, we hope that Allah forgives us. For those who are criminals, they're going to go in hellfire. And those who do good and any good deed that they do, they go in Jannah. So they did know about it. We may be knowing about something, but this was the time that when they saw the miracle, it touched their heart. So we'll end up by making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, we may be knowing a lot of things. We may be knowing the story of Prophet Musa or whatever stories that we are covering, but oh Allah, help our hearts to turn to you and give that feeling in our hearts. Okay? Okay. So that's it. Till next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Did you know Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Paradise has 100 levels and between each level is a distance like the distance between the sky and the earth. Al-Firdaus is the name of the highest of its levels. From it springs the 4 rivers and the throne is above it. Therefore, when you ask Allah, then ask Him for Al-Firdaus. Ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen.